Bill, I'm right here between Gaynor Drive and also Railroad Avenue, and right here on this railroad tracks, officers for about the last 10 minutes or so, you can see they've been walking up and down the tracks, looking down, looking for something. We're not really sure. We don't have very many details right now, but also if you could take a look with me over on Railroad Avenue, they have this portion of the road blocked off right now, and they've been putting down evidence markers. I counted 6. They just picked those up about 5 minutes or so ago, but that's what's going on this side of the road. But if you go with me on this side of the tracks, there's also been police up and down. You can also see another officer walking up and down the tracks. What they're looking for, we are not sure, but right now we do know that parts of Railroad Avenue are closed and they're continuing to look for something. We'll keep you updated as we get more information, but for now, live in North Charleston, Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News. You know, Lisa, what we know right now is that 17-year-old woman was shot in the lower leg, and where we're at right now, I'm going to step out of the way so you can actually take a look for yourself. We're right at Hyde and Boyce Avenue, and it's really literally right behind North Charleston High School. I mean, the road, Hyde Avenue, goes right up the back side of the high school, so it's really close where students were whenever there was a lot of people out and about. Now, I have been here and I have seen 2 people being placed in 2 separate cop cars. Now, I haven't seen them come out of those cars, but it was both a male and female, and they look to be about in their teenage years. So we do know right now that they are being held for questioning only. But for right now, that's all I have, and I'm going to stay here and see if I can get any new details. And as soon as I do, we'll have that up on our Live 5 Twitter account and also live5news.com. But for now, live in North Charleston, Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News. Lisa, the Machinists Union is disappointed tonight after 74% of eligible Boeing workers voted not to join the union. Since those results came out, both Boeing and the union have spoken out, and both say they're looking forward to the future. Kevin, fans are still trickling out the door, seeing a few fans still in Garnet, but after that USC game, I talked to so many fans who say they were so disappointed, but oh so proud of how their season turned out. Fans say this is the most proud they've ever been, but they couldn't imagine what it felt like for those players. What was the locker room like? I know fans were sad. How was the coach and teammates?
Bar.
Bill, within the last 15 minutes, we've actually had to move back. Now, before we could go up to this crime scene tape, but they told us that we actually had to scoot back because there is some evidence from where this person was shot on the asphalt that they are still. Raphael and Lisa, I can tell you that this man, Kenneth Markeith Chisholm, right now is behind bars here at the Colleton County Detention Center. Now, families were here inside today in the courtroom, but only one family member for the victim spoke, and she was visibly shaking and crying and very upset. Take a listen at what she told her parents' alleged killer. Requested more information from the Colleton County Sheriff's Department. I'm waiting to get that, and as soon as I have it, I'll give that information to you on Live 5 News. Lisa, right now we know that 3 lanes of the Ravenel Bridge are closed. I'm going to step out of the way so you can actually take a look at what we're seeing right now. Several ambulance and fire trucks have actually left within the last few minutes, but as you can see, there are still many emergency crews still on the scene here. Again, as you both just said, this is a 3-car accident, Charleston Police Department tells us, and it's blocking 3 of the northbound lanes on the Ravenel as soon as you head from Charleston, North Charleston, over to Mount Pleasant. So if you are heading over from that area to Mount Pleasant, you can get on the exit ramp off East Bay Street, which is where we are next to now in the commuter lane. Now, we're going to stay here and try and get more information, and I saw 2 men actually walk up right behind me here in this area with their hands up, and as we have since learned, LeVar Walker was one of those people walking out with their hands up, and this was a standoff type situation for a while now. I'm going to bring in Elder Johnson. The family, LeVar Walker's family, actually reached out to you. Yes. After his family spoke, as again, LeVar Walker was arrested here at Gadsden Green. I'm live in downtown Charleston. Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News. Yeah, I actually just talked with the spokesperson for Department of Transportation, and he said They hope to have it done even before 5 o'clock. You can get out of the way so you can actually see crews are still working to clear up all this tarp you can see that has fallen down from the top of the bridge, and that fell and trapped many cars. I asked a little while ago, and there may actually be more vehicles back there that we still can't see, but I want to reiterate that there were no injuries. One person was transported from having a possible panic attack after it fell on her car. But I have seen several of these cars coming out, Raphael and Lisa, and they are all very damaged. Almost all of them, their windshields were either busted or caved in. So again, they are hoping to have this done before that morning rush hour that we all know can just drag on forever. They're going to have an engineer look at the bridge once they get all. Lisa, right now it's actually just a couple media people and the crews that are working to get this open for people by tomorrow morning. I just talked with someone with the Department of Transportation. He wants it to all be cleared up before 5 o'clock. Now let me step out of the way and actually show you. There has been a lot of progress. I've been here for several hours and I've kind of seen this thing start to finish. Now you can see the tarp blowing in the wind there. Cars come out, as you guys were able to see, and they're cleaning it all up, and an engineer is actually going to stay here until tomorrow morning, and he's going to inspect the bridge even before they open it by, hopefully they say, before 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. I've got more coverage coming from here live on top of the Don Holt Bridge coming up later on. Raphael, as Jordan has been saying, the traffic is a nightmare. I'm going to actually flip it around. Now, we did not take 526. Right now we're on Ashley River Road because the line of cars to get on I-526 was potentially the longest that I have seen. And as Jordan's been saying in our first alert traffic, that the traffic is essentially stopped as you get to the Don Holt Bridge. So no one's coming or going. So we're really already seeing kind of the snowball effects of that. But again, I can try and see exactly what's happening. Improvement since I talked to you guys last. The westbound lanes are still closed, but I want to warn you guys, there was just someone that got rear-ended right in front of us literally 30 seconds ago. So as you guys are moving very slow, you have to be extra cautious because it is stop and go traffic, and that's how it is going westbound. Now, the lanes close at exit 199 where we're at here in Somerville. Look how backed up the traffic is, Raphael and Lisa, and it goes back for miles. Now, exit 199A right now, but all of the eastbound lanes. Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. I mean, I got goosebumps. I've been so excited for this all day, and to actually see it was awesome. We actually have a friend. You saw the eclipse too, right?
Yes.
And what did you think whenever it just went totally dark?
I thought it was going to get a lot colder than it was.
Colder?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Amazing, unbelievable.
It was almost ominous too. I mean, it was really incredible. And I asked a lot of people, whenever you look 25 years from now, what are you going to tell your kids, your grandkids? What are you going to tell Emma in 25 years about the eclipse? Whenever you tell her about it.
Oh, I'm going to tell her it was amazing watching it go from light to dark to light, because when it got dark, that was the coolest part to me.
I know. It was silent here. There was some cheering, and then it just went quiet. And it was the weirdest thing, but it was the coolest thing.
And we got
The voting is now over. The last voter just walked outside, and now they are cleaning up. Raphael and Lisa, it has been a fiery last few weeks between incumbent Mayor Linda Page and Town Councilman Will Haney. Now the votes will be tallied, and within the next few hours, we will know the results between not only Mayor, but also 4 council seats that are up for grabs tonight. Raphael and Lisa, conditions are still really windy and really rainy, but if you take a look over here, earlier we had waves all the way up on the pier, and you can see on both the right and left side, there's at least 3 broken boards. If you want to move up just a little bit here, you can see the waves were all the way up here on the pier. Now the water is still pretty high, but the sides of these dunes all the way up to here, completely inundated. It has moved so much. It was out probably at least 5 feet that the water was coming up and just knocking it down. I know Joey's been talking a lot about, and Bill, how the storm surge can come up, but it came all the way up this entire dock. And you can see the waves behind us still super big, and they've been coming super high. We also had a water spout here just about 2 hours ago. You can see the water. You can see, I'm going to step out of the way so you can actually see. Take a look at just how big the waves are as you come in. You can't even see that far because the rain is coming down so hard. It's almost like we're in a cloud right now. Now I'm going to stay here and continue to monitor their conditions here at Isle of Palms and continue to have more updates. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, it's Colby Satterfield. Thank you.
Worsened. Aaron and Michael have said that it feels like little needles hitting you with the wind and the rain. They hit the nail on the head. You can see just how big these waves are and how high this tide is coming in, and we still have a few hours to go till we actually reach that high tide. But right now, you would think that it already was. We'll have more coming up after the break. See, take a look at these waves. Everywhere you look, you can see the wind is actually pulling it to the side, and I've been keeping an eye. The tide is coming up. You can see the water line right over here where the tide is, and we're not even near high tide yet. So I'm going to continue to keep an eye on that, especially as this area is under a warning for storm surge. I'm live on the Isle of Palms. Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News. Sydney, right now we know those 2 injured deputies are in fair condition tonight. I've been here at MUSC for the last few hours working to get more information. Good morning, Aisha. And yes, Mayor Summey sat down and told me yesterday that he's going to focus really on the State of the City address on the last 22 years he's been mayor, but also for the past year. And specifically, Park Circle has seen a lot of growth. Now, right now I'm outside of Park Circle Creamery that just celebrated their first year anniversary of being in Park Circle. And you know, that's not the only type of business that's starting to pick up here in Park Circle. There's also going to be an apartment complex going up down this road, and also a brewery. So there's some growth going on there. And it's also been in the spotlight for TV shows. Now, just last night, the TV show Mr. Mercedes was filming here in the Park Circle area. And there's also been the HBO show Vice Principals that has filmed right inside here at Fratello's Italian Tavern. And also Donald Trump ate here whenever he was visiting South Carolina. Of the city address is going to be, sometimes you have to look in the rear view to see where you've been in order to get where you want to go. And that State of the City address will be at North Charleston City Council meeting tonight at 7. But for now, live in Park Circle in North Charleston, Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News. Also learned how police were able to catch the teen so quickly.